My parents threatened to disown my disabled sister if I didn't marry my best friend and seal a business merger. So my dad owns this manufacturing company, and my best friend Jonah's dad owns the distribution network they use. They've been business partners for like 20 years. Our families did everything together growing up. Jonah and I were basically raised as siblings. My sister Riley has cerebral palsy. She's in a wheelchair and needs physical therapy 3 times a week, plus medications that cost more than my car payment. My parents have always paid for everything because insurance only covers part of it. Last year, both companies started struggling. My dad's factory had equipment breaking down, and Jonah's dad lost 2 major clients. They came up with this genius plan to merge the companies and go public to raise capital. But the investors wanted family unity. They literally said they'd only invest if the families were legally bound together. That's when my parents sat me down with this insane proposal. They wanted me to marry Jonah. Not because we were dating. We weren't. We were just friends who'd known each other since we were 7. But apparently that didn't matter. My mom did most of the talking. She said the merger would save both companies and secure Riley's medical care for life. Then my dad dropped the bomb. If I didn't do this, they'd have to cut Riley's therapy and medications because they couldn't afford it anymore without the merger money. I asked if they were seriously blackmailing me with my sister's healthcare. My dad said it wasn't blackmail, it was reality. The companies were hemorrhaging money, and Riley's care cost over $6,000 a month out of pocket. I called Jonah that night, and he already knew. His parents had given him the same speech. He said we should just do it, get legally married for the business, live together for appearances, but keep everything platonic. He said it was just paperwork and we'd figure it out. The wedding was 3 months later. Small ceremony, mostly business associates and family. Riley was my maid of honor. She kept whispering that I didn't have to do this, but I just smiled and said it was fine. It wasn't fine. Jonah and I moved into a condo his parents bought us. We had separate bedrooms. I'd come home from my job at the clinic and he'd be playing video games or working late. We'd eat dinner together sometimes and watch TV like roommates. His parents would stop by unannounced to make sure we looked like a real couple. The merger went through 6 weeks after the wedding. Stock prices went up. Both dads were thrilled. Riley got to keep her therapy and her medications got covered under the new company's better insurance plan. But then Jonah started dating someone. Her name was Priya and she worked in accounting at his dad's office. He told me about her after their 3rd date. Said he really liked her but obviously couldn't tell anyone because we were married. I told him I didn't care who he dated as long as he was discreet. Then 2 months later, I met someone at a friend's birthday party. His name was Austin and he was a paramedic. We went out for coffee and I had to explain my entire situation. He thought I was lying at first. Austin and I started seeing each other but I couldn't post anything on social media or bring him to family events. Meanwhile, Jonah's sneaking around with Priya and I'm covering for him when his mom calls asking why he's not home. This went on for almost a year. Then Jonah came to me and said Priya was pregnant. He looked terrified. I asked what he wanted to do and he said he wanted to leave, get divorced, be with Priya and raise their kid. I said okay, we could file for divorce and deal with whatever happened. But then his dad found out Priya was pregnant and lost his mind. Showed up at our place screaming about how Jonah was going to destroy everything they'd built. The investors would pull out if they found out the marriage was fake. Stock prices would tank. My dad would lose the factory. Jonah's dad looked at me and said I needed to get pregnant too, to cover for Jonah, make it look like we were both happy and starting families. I laughed because I thought he was joking. He wasn't joking. My parents came over that same night. My mom said if I divorced Jonah now, the company would collapse and they'd lose everything, including Riley's medical coverage. She actually suggested I have a baby with Jonah to make everything look stable. I packed a bag that night and left. Went to Austin's apartment and told him everything. He said I should have left months ago. I filed for divorce the next week.